been pushing for the release of YNW Melly from prison. According to sources, YNW Melly was extremely upset and outraged during his original hearing, but his attitude rapidly changed as the court started talking about his release from county jail. Melly must decide with knowledge who he wants to represent him in court. He has spent 2,159 days incarcerated in the facility, leaving YNW Melly and everyone else in complete shock.
Let me repeat myself. Mr. Devins has to make an informed decision about who he wants his lawyers to be. He's now been sitting in our jail for 2,159 days. So, how long would you like to be able to make that decision?
I can't determine when the investigation will be over. That's up to the Broward Sheriff's Office. But I can, as I said, I'm asking for, and then I'm asking for at least a day or two. At minimum.
Decide by tomorrow. I've also reserved all of tomorrow.
Since even the judge was taken aback by the fact that YNW Melly had been held for 2,159 days without being found guilty, he threatened to allow him bail unless the prosecutors could present their last defense. After looking over Melly's file, the judge learned why he had been detained for so long, a practice that is allegedly highly unlawful. While YNW Melly awaits a retrial, Raven Liberty, one of his defense lawyers, is under investigation for alleged witness tampering. It looks like the prosecution may be making up the investigation to postpone YNW Melly's trial because no one is sure if she is truly being looked into or not. In a dramatic change of pace, Melly's lawyer took the stand and began arguing for his release with startling evidence. As the crime was being perpetrated, Melly was hiding in a bush and running from men on the street when he texted his ex-girlfriend in real time, the lawyer disclosed.
Part he's saying that someone just shot the car up and was trying to shoot them. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, there's a car coming behind him, like hiding. He was like, there's some, there's some, I think they're still out here or something. So I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. I said, well, where are Zach and Juby? And he said, I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're...
The defense showed that a car full of hostile street people was pursuing YNW Melly. But at the first trial, even the prosecutors acknowledged that no firearm was ever located. The situation would get much more complicated when Melly's lawyers brought up this important element during the next court trial.
The first thing is I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for this determination because I don't know what was used.
The prosecutor got up and started making a big disturbance in the courtroom as Melly's lawyers persisted in their case for his release. The prosecutor informed the judge that Melly would receive a life sentence for the deaths of 9 Amy Sack, Jaser, and Juvie in addition to a life term for witness tampering.
6 new charges against Demmons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction.
According to the prosecution, YNW Melly has been phoning random people from his detention cell in an effort to convince his ex-girlfriend not to testify against him at trial. But it's said that Melly's ex-girlfriend knows the truth. Even YNW Juvie's father verified this in an exclusive interview, including the code words Melly used to convince her not to testify.
Crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person, and then that person.
They like to me, they going through extreme measures, trying to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna, and they said Rocket's baby mom.
The question of why YNW Melly has had such awful treatment in prison is legitimately raised by the disclosure of this material. According to one interview with Melly's mother, if Melly is found guilty of witness tampering, he might be sentenced to life in jail. Additionally, it is alleged that Melly is not allowed to use a phone or even check his own mail while he is detained. Nonetheless, the government's harsh treatment of Melly would be justified if they had evidence that he had tampered with witnesses using the jail phone.
Has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to just to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to.
Jamie King would reveal that she is devastated for her son and feels helpless because Melly isn't even receiving humane treatment in prison. Until the feds got hard evidence that YNW Melly was manipulating witnesses, they wouldn't stop him from using a phone. But until the trial started, they would have to conceal that evidence.
You saw Melly's statement just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life. As a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
However, the media, particularly those in the sector, gave this scenario a lot of coverage. In response, Charleston White would say that Melly shouldn't be given special treatment simply because he's a well-known rapper, particularly if he tampered with witnesses using jail phones.
The YNW Melly, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life, homie, you ain't got a right to complain about a motherfucking thing about being mistreated. When you done chose to play somebody.
This situation even attracted the interest of an OG rap artist who would speak out about the immense stress Jamie King has been enduring throughout this ordeal.
She real, bro. You know, she real.
You stressed out. I heard she had a...
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him. 'Cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good one.
Let me clarify, though, since this is where things start to get extremely problematic. Prosecutors kept looking into YNW Melly, and it took more than a year for the retrial to start. Knowing how close he was to being refused bail, Melly responded by creating a new insurance file to guarantee that he would never be released from jail on bond. YNW Melly told King Von a secret, which was a major factor in his imprisonment because of the late King Von. Melly was asking King Von for advice on how to deal with a situation in which you are being pursued for money by your two closest pals, Zach Cheeser and Juvie.
Did Vaughn really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if when people can say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Vaughn was mad at me. Bro, why you put there, bro? Walk the bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. That's why I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around?
YNW Melly is allegedly a registered LLC that was created to generate revenue for Guayondo's bank account. Zach Chaser and Juvie saw it as a four-way split amongst the four members of Y, while Melly and Borland performed, promoted, sold clothes, and more. You may probably predict what King Von would have advised YNW Melly to do if you are familiar with his past and how he dealt with his circumstances. Juvie and Zach Chaser wanted their 25% of the money, but they didn't work for it. Melly was finally driven by this crucial piece of evidence that the prosecutors overlooked during the first trial. They later found additional evidence on YNW Melly's cell phone, though, beginning with a text message in which Melly admitted to the crime a few hours after it happened.
Town asked him if he was okay, and his response was, I did that, and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The YNW Melly account says what?
After that,
But Melly's phone also turned up a stored video from someone's Facebook Live. 6 hours after the murder, Melly and Borland may be seen dancing in a parking lot on camera.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still our children, being very positive. Turned still. Hey!
YNW Melly and Borland had a prearranged deal to record a music video on that same day and hour, according to Melly's lawyers, who would defend him. They said they had to put on a brave face, go out there, shoot the video, and go. There was no option to back out or delay it. But in the end, they stayed for a lot longer. Unfortunately, when more charges against Melly and Borland emerged, the situation deteriorated. By taking use of these, they made sure Melly wouldn't abandon Borland. Unbelievably, a sheet of paper with a list of all the jurors from Melly's first trial and thorough descriptions of their appearances was discovered.
Police co-defendant YNW Portland was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Portland, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Demons, aka YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Portland allegedly tampered with the witness.
Because jurors are expected to stay anonymous during the trial process in order to maintain the trial's integrity and fully understand how serious the situation is, this is absolutely illegal. DJ Academics would reply, emphasizing how serious this violation was.
Keep it real, this is sloppy. Portland, how the f you gonna have the notebook of the jurors in your house? Holy sh! Like, come the f on. It's like doing and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of them is in your DVD player. They're like, oh, okay, thank you, brother.
The feds are doing whatever they want to YNW Melly, whether it's legal or not. And even rap OG Boy would notice this and speak out.
They're putting even more charges on him, and then
when they want you, they want you. I knew they wanted him bad when they waited for that law to get passed. So it'd be 8-4.
Oh, right.
They waited all the way till that law got passed to take him to trial.
Yeah, he was in jail for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, they could have been took you to trial.
You're right.
They waited till that law got passed and took him to trial a couple months later. When they want you, man. Just don't see how he didn't get a bond after a fucking mistrial.
Yeah.
That made me like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like, after a mistrial, that doesn't happen, really.